Doing good, teacher. Very good.
I'm nervous. A little bit, thanks. Where was I? We were talking about common mistakes. Any more that you can think of? Common mistakes? Writing mistakes? Spelling mistakes? No? There's a bunch.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, the point is just, tomorrow. How many M's are in tomorrow?
I don't even know how to spell that sometimes.
Restaurant.
Oh yeah, I misspelled that yesterday actually. I checked it up just to make sure in the book and then I respelled it correctly, showing me there's no
Giraffe.
U.
Coffee. So many words. You think you know, but then you write it and it's like, So, any of us can make mistakes. Accents. The Taiwanese accent. Are you familiar? Have you encountered it where you try to get them to say a word and they just can't say it?
I think so. Can't remember any.
Okay. So pretty much any word with the TH sound and other blended words, because in Chinese or Taiwanese, they don't have that sound. They don't blend words like that. Like the word mother, they say mother, mother, father, brother. And you have to tell them to stick out their tongue. Mother.
Sometimes I try to not only exaggerate, but sometimes I try to even draw it on the board as best I can, like what the tongue and teeth look like. Whatever I think could help.
Yeah, and some smart boards or whatever they have, or this one school, Come to Live, they have a picture of a mouth, and if you push on it, they'll have a close-up shot of a mouth saying the sound, someone's mouth. So anyway, mother, also words like milk. Let's say milk, milk. Very hard for Taiwanese to say milk, to have that shape in their mouth. Like it's very hard for me to say. It's very hard for me to say the word fish in Chinese. Yu, yu, right? Is that right? But you have to totally. Can you say that? Try to say that with me. Yu, yu. Only you.
I can do it. Sometimes I think I know.
Okay, you.
You.
No. You.
You.
Closer. You. No.
You.
You. You.
You sound like it's a you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is like you. Like
It is.
you.
But you have to. Can you say it?
Sure. You.
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 You. You have to completely, and that should give you some, some empathy for, Taiwanese students, sympathy or empathy, whichever one. So for Taiwanese students, so they have to wrap their head around a completely foreign, and that's what Chinese is too. Like as English speakers, if we learn Spanish, it's so easy, importante, roll the R. It's so easy, it's so related, but with when you're learning Chinese, take everything you know and just throw it out the window and start all over again, because the writing is completely different, the sounds, some sounds overlap, like ni, wa I ni, I love you, wa I ni, it sounds like ni in English, there's some, but for the most part, no, it's completely foreign.
That's why there's so many different systems to Romanize it. Like the Pinyin system, the Wei Jiao system, and there's a few others I can never remember. To put English letters to them. There's a few different systems.
But,
yeah, it's just.
There's also L sound and Z sound. Taiwanese can say.
Yeah, L, they always say L, and Z,
Z. Just the Z, the letter.
Z the letter, z, that sound, and people say them, and
Li.
us,
They say
li,
li.
they say li, and us foreigners, we say it differently. People from Canada and Australia, they say za, for Z, we say Z, they say za, HIJKLMPQRSTUVWXY and za. They really do.
I've heard Zen, but I haven't heard Za yet.
Or Z.
Yeah.
Z. Za. Or is it Z?
Sometimes.
Maybe I got it wrong.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I got it wrong. Okay. And and us as foreign teachers too, most schools, they want the North American accent. not the British or Australian accent.
Is there like a particular reason behind it, or just the way it is?
But it just it's everywhere.
Okay.
It's on Hollywood. It's on all the TV news and TV shows. People are used to listening to American accent. If you're British, there are some franchising really prefers British, like Shane English, Neuralink. They prefer British teachers instead of American. So sometimes they don't feel so specially chosen. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in English too, is that in whether it's British accent or American accent, there are some people who speak very, very clearly and they're very easy to understand, and other people that it's very difficult to understand.
It's about your education and your background. Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah. And there's a M and N. It's hard for Taiwanese to say.
M&M.
Oh yeah.
Is that
Oftentimes we'll just try to just mix it
No,
together.
the letter. M and N, the letter.
Oh, I thought you said M&M.
I said the letters.
the candy and the wrapper.
The letters.
Yes. M-N. So, more of this, The Taiwanese usually say and it's N. I don't think they have as much of a problem with M.
No, they say emu.
Emu?
Emu.
Yeah,
Emu,
and a lot of the
emu.
words, it's very frustrating to get the Taiwanese kids to not have a vowel sound at the end of the word. I had this student, the sentence was, it is a big apple. But she said, ita, isa, biga, apala. Because they always want to say a vowel sound at the end. And then also, that reminds me of the letter I. They always say eat. Eat is. So for them, it sounds exactly like eat. Okay.
So how I corrected by saying like a military surgeon drill, like eat. I say eat like the Chinese eat. The word 1 2 3 4 eat. And the other was it. So like military people say 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 instead of 1 2 3 4, so they will understand it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when you are speaking Chinese, you know numbers. 1 2 3 4. E is 1, right? So when you say the long vowel sound, you say 1 2 3 4, say eat. But if you're saying that it, you say 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. Like the soldiers say it. You know, when they are marching band, it's 1 2 3 4. So you can easily tell your students the difference. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's good to know Chinese and learn some Chinese, but it's a no-no speaking Chinese. You shouldn't really speak Chinese as an English teacher. Most schools, a lot of schools, they really don't like it. You know, it can be helpful to build a bond with the students a little bit and to be funny, to joke around a little bit. Like I'll call a boy Didi, that means like little brother, you know, something like that. Didi, come here, a little bit. But even that, schools, they'll be like, can you please not speak Chinese? So it depends. A lot of schools, they're cool with it and they don't care as much, but it all depends on the school. But still, just keep Chinese to an absolute minimum, because it can be a bad thing too if you start trying to show off and speaking Chinese. Then the students they will want to have a conversation with you, and you get lost. It's really easy to get lost, and then it's awkward because it's like, oh, you can't really speak Chinese. You know what I mean? Like this, I'm one of those people. I can speak Chinese great, but it's about that deep, and then a lot of times I just pretend. I'll just pretend that I understand, and that can get awkward. You never want to lose the momentum. As a teacher, you got to keep the momentum high. So keep the energy level high and keep the students involved. Like if I have a big class, even right from the beginning, I'll write their names on the whiteboard. And I'm not just going to go, and what's your name? And what's your name? And what's your name? And what's your name? No. They'll all start talking, they'll get bored. You have to say, what's your name?
Sandra.
Everyone say, hello, Sandra.
Hello, Sandra.
Hello, Sandra. kiss. Mwah.
Mwah.
Ayo. Students will say ayo. You know that? Ayo. That means yuck. Okay? But just a little joke like that makes everyone laugh, lightens the mood. Okay? And I'll go one by one. And what's your name?
Cameron.
I'm sorry. One more time.
Cameron.
Cameron. Everyone say hello, Cameron.
Hello, Cameron.
Okay. And what's your name?
Brian.
Brian. Hello, Brian.
Hello, Brian.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Yaya. Everyone say hello, Yaya.
Hello, Yaya.
What's your name?
Jordan.
Everyone say hello, Jordan.
Hello, Jordan.
Notice how loud I'm speaking? When they're younger, use a loud voice, not too loud. Not too loud. And a lot of times students, they use their voice as a weapon in a small room. So they'll be like, okay, Bob, repeat after me. Bob, how do you feel? Bob, how do you feel? They'll all be like that loud. And when it's like 20 students doing that, oh, it's deafening. And I like to have high energy level, but sometimes you can't calm them down. Sometimes you just gotta plug your ears. But it's good that's better. Even that is better than zombie or just around midterms now. I got a lot of students doing this, just bored, tired body language. You want to try to keep the energy level as high as possible. Keep the students involved. As you're writing on the whiteboard, see, I drew the picture, and it's like 3 to 5 seconds. No more than 3 to 5 seconds. Okay? And then I turn and I ask,